And so for all of us to say, in 3 days, I could be held accountable for my life. And now what? What do I want to have as my last 3 days, knowing that they will count the most in the evaluation? What do I want these 3 days to look like? Who do I need to apologize to? What mess do I need to clean up? What do I need to do to make this right? And now we're aware that people are going to twist this every which way but loose. And, oh, interesting, every which way but loose. And what do you mean by that? L-U-C-E, L-O-O-S-E? What do you mean by that? Interesting, but I did hear that.
I hear that.
And we know that people are going to twist this message and pretend that we're saying things that we aren't saying. And we can assume that that twisting will occur in every single dimension through which this pillar passes.
That's true.
And it doesn't change things. And what do I know? I know that there was an incident a year or so ago with some service provider who broke a set of wind chimes. And we saw the wind chimes that morning because they were hanging above the table, the outside table that we were eating our breakfast at. And we saw the wind chimes were broken that evening as we were sitting under them eating our dinner. And we had noticed them both times. And so we knew that he had broken them, and we called his boss, the owner of the company, and said, look, no big deal, but Josh broke the wind chimes, and we just want to know where he hid them, the broken chimes, so that we can repair it. And Josh lied, and the owner, and said, I didn't break the wind chimes, and the owner sided with Josh, and we said, you know, it really doesn't matter what you say. You're not going to convince me because I saw the wind chimes in the morning and I saw them broken in the evening. So you can talk all you want, and it's having no impact whatsoever on my awareness of what actually occurred.
That's true.
And that's what we say to you people who want to twist our words. You can do that, party down. It is not changing our awareness of what's going on here.
That's true.
And the law of cause and effect is real, and there will be an accounting. There will. Do you think that Source is going to give up? I don't think that's going to happen. I really wouldn't. I think that something is going to happen to shake it loose, and I don't know what that L-U-C-E or L-O-O-S-E, I don't know. Shake it loose, I don't know. But something's going to happen, and if I were you, I'd stop arguing with this reality and start trying to clean up my record a little bit. And I assume that none of you will do that. I assume you'll all continue to fight tooth and nail right until the hammer comes down on your head.
I feel a big leaving feeling in the head.
Please don't ever come back.
Don't ever come back.
Go straight up as far as you can through all those rings of light. And when you start to fall down, as we inevitably do, get off at whatever level you're at, because you'll at least be in a place of higher vibration. And tell them what happened. Tell them what your confusions were. Ask them why it happened that way. And then ask them to join you and go up with you, to lead the way up. Ask them if they'll lead the way up, and have the attitude of lead, follow, or get out of the way.
That's true.
And continue on. And this is the channeling to all of us.
That's true.
Evacuation. And what that means, somebody's saying, what do you mean by that? Oh, wow. I have no idea. I don't know.
That's the word
that's what they're saying. Why don't you look up and ask them? Take it up with them. Take it up with them. Don't ask us. Ask them. Think of us as the microphone.
That's true.
Or the speaker.
That's true.
Okay, and I see that you're trying to twist the words again. Think of us as the electronic device that broadcasts that which is being spoken into the microphone. And take it up with the speaker, the true speaker upstairs. Look way up high. See that big hand waving? That one. Talk with that presence that's attached to that big waving hand. There, right there, that one. They're so determined to twist things.
That's true. That's true. including the emissions for the month of October, start to finish. Something's happening, including the emissions for the month of October, start to finish. Mapping the work, citing out the search for true central axis to a consistent source of significantly higher vibrations. To a consistent source of significantly higher vibrations.
They're showing all these times where they were saying something about warnings about disasters, and we always interpreted them as if, not always, but often we interpreted them as applying in this dimension.
That's true.
And I see now how crazy that was, especially given what we're aware of, how they use this pillar to send messages to each other.
That's true.
That have absolutely nothing to do with this dimension, and so presumably many of those, and what do I know? I know that we used to see places in other dimensions.
That's true.
And like there was this one dimension of New York City that we used to see all the time.
That's true.
With the brownstone, that one place that was very familiar, not in this life, but
That's true.
to somebody in another dimension. And that dimension in New York is no longer. It's a big black hole in the ground.
That's true.
So it starts to seem possible that these warnings are being expressed here for multiple dimensions.
That's true. And what I'm just realizing is over the course of one session they referred to loudspeakers that say a disaster is coming in 3 days, a disaster is coming, and then referred to these as the loudspeakers.
Oh, interesting.
And I didn't put
as
two
the
and two together.
speakers.
As
the speakers. Oh, interesting.
That's true.
Got it. Yes. A disaster is coming in 3 days. Assume it means in your dimension, because that way maybe you'll do something. And it's in somebody's dimension, and we all want to think it isn't coming to ours. That's the universal response is,
That's
well,
true.
they're talking to someone else. Thank goodness. Those poor people.
That's true.
Assume it's us.
It's us.
Assume it's us, and that doesn't mean, oh, well, now I can go eat a tub of ice cream.
That's true.
That means
That's
in
true.
3 days I'm going to be having the conversation.
That's true.
Do I want to have anything good to say for myself? And I notice that's almost the universal reaction, is to say, 3 days? Oh, well, if I eat a huge, enormous vat of ice cream now, it won't have chance to finish the conversion to fat in my body.
That's true.
Wow.
That's true.
In 3 days, the conversation is coming. And now, what do we choose to do with this time?
So on top of the eating the ice cream crazy, there's also this other brand of crazy I can feel from somewhere off to the right, where they say, but then what if I do all kinds of good things that I'm supposed to do and nothing happens?
I hear that. I hear that.
With no awareness of
what it sounds
humor.
like.
What if I do all those good things I'm supposed to do and nothing happens?
Then you will have done good things. And how wonderful. You'll have done good things that you were supposed to do. Right direction, keep going.
That's true.
Then don't waste the momentum. Do more good things that you're supposed to do. And more, and more, and more, and more. Until the divine plan manifests, which means everybody doing what they're supposed to do in every moment. All of us living our soul plans, creating lives of joy and worlds that work.